Okay, all right, awesome. Well, I want everybody to stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up, okay? I want you to yell this as loud as you can. On the count of 3, so we gotta do this together, okay? I am enough. So y'all with me? Okay? So, loud, I'm talking about loud, loud, loud. And say it confidently and say it boldly. 1, 2, 3. I am enough! Okay, so let's do it again, and let's say it even louder, okay? So, 1, 2, 3. I am enough! Give yourself a hand. Go ahead. And you know, that's so important. That is so important because we have to know in regards to the choices and the decisions that we make that we are enough. God has given us everything that we need in order to succeed. So again, my name is Shaniece, and I am all the way from Columbus, Ohio, even though it's an hour away, right? So it's just across the country. And I am a motivational speaker, personal development coach, entrepreneur, and author of my first self-published book. So give me a hand. So let me break down exactly what I do. And first I want to say to you, my love, thank you for having me today. We have a lot of deep conversations, and I'm just excited about what God is doing in your life and where He's taking you. So, amen, and blessings to you. And I have a special gift for everyone before I get into what I'm going to speak to you about. So take your cell phones out, and I know everybody has their cell phone because I've been watching you. I've been watching you play your games and texting. So take out your phone and text to this number, 22828. So 22828. Some of y'all are still looking at me. Take your phones out and text it 22828. And then in the subject, type in unstoppable. Anybody need me to spell that?
Yes.
Okay, UNSTOPPABLE. So text that, okay? And then it's going to ask you for your email. Send your email because I have a special gift for you that you'll receive through your email. And prayerfully what you see will empower you, motivate you, and challenge you to do something different than what you normally do. So again, it's unstoppable. The number is 22828. So as a personal development coach, I work with business owners. I work with professionals on how to take them to a whole nother level. So as a business owner, I work with you on how to create multiple sources of income, okay? T.D. Jakes always says that you should have 8 sources of income. So I teach you how to utilize your God-given gifts, strengths, talents, dreams. I show you how to use that to create multiple sources of income. So I work with a lot of individuals one-on-one or wanting to go to another level and just don't know how to do it. I teach them how to brand themselves, how to market themselves, and just how to put themselves out there so they can demand respect and so they can serve others with their gifts. Also, I've been in direct sales for over 14 years, and I've traveled all over teaching women how to empower themselves and have amazing businesses. And again, I just published my first book, so I'm an author now, get excited, as well as I published my own CD, and it's called Working on You, because I truly believe that we as individuals, we need to have our lives together, right, before we can do other things, grow businesses and start nonprofits and doing all those great things. So a little bit about my book, Activating Your Gifts, is over on my table. I do a lot of personal development in there. A lot of personal development as well as in the CD. So I was really excited that Chandra asked me to come out today because I do a lot of work in the community in Columbus with the domestic violence organization as well as NARCO, which is sexual assault. So they kind of go hand in hand. We do big events where we bring in different speakers where they're able to tell their testimony, tell their story, and we also bring in people who have gone through domestic violence. And there's so many types of violence, right? And I wrote these down because I wanted to make sure I gave you these facts and figures. So let me pull this out for you, okay? So these are stats, and as I was studying this, it really blew my mind. Women ages 18 to 34 are at great risk of becoming victims of domestic violence. So that means someone you know is at a great risk of being involved in a domestic violence situation. And it's normally the person that they're with. More than 4 million women experience physical assault and rape by their own partners. 2 out of 3 female homicide cases, females are killed by a family member or intimate partner. Nearly 20, this is what really blew me away, nearly 20 people per minute are physically abused by their partner. And we always think that it's just women, but men are abused as well. 1 in 7 men have been victims of severe physical violence by their partner. So we have to learn how to educate, and we also have to learn how to be a voice. One of the young ladies who came to my event, who I know very, very well, she told her story on how she had to run from state to state because of her partner. And she would take him to court, he would violate, she would take him to court, like literally she was afraid for her life. And just this last year, and it's been about 10 years, she had been running. And now finally, the court system has done what they were supposed to do in order to lock him up. But could you imagine for 10 years running from state to state and the judicial system is not supporting you? So we have to learn how to be aware. Another sheet that I found that I thought was very, very important, and this stood out to me, because we always think that it is physical, but it can be physical, sexual, emotional, neglect, abandonment, financial, and self-neglect. And for me, I went through emotional abuse with my ex-husband. I went into my relationship already too big for the relationship, and I'm excited that I can say that now. But as I got into the relationship, I went in very strong and very confident. And throughout the relationship, he literally walked all over that, and I allowed it. And as women and men, we allow different things to go on, and we allow them to escalate. So we really have to be cautious in the choices that we make. And that is one of the chapters in my workbook that I teach, is being cautious and conscious about the decisions that we make as individuals. Because we allow things to happen that we should not allow. Wouldn't you agree with me? Shake your head, yeah, so I know you're still awake. You know, so it is very key and very important to pay attention to those who are around you. Pay attention to what's going on in their life. If they're no longer coming around, if they're giving you excuses, if they always have to check in, just be cautious and be aware and educate yourself on what can happen in domestic violence situations. Because we have to learn how to pay attention. Because the person sitting next to you, they may be going through, but because you're not really paying attention to them, you don't know. So we have to be the ones it's an epidemic. Domestic violence is an epidemic, and we have to learn how to fight against it. But I truly believe in self-empowerment. I teach skills on how to self-motivate yourself, because that's really important. When we get into relationships that can destroy us, it's usually because we don't believe in ourselves and we're not confident. So we have to be careful and we have to pay attention. And as individuals, you need to know how to self-motivate yourself. So in my teachings, I teach my clients as well as business owners on how to self-motivate, because that is a skill. And we're all not born with that skill, but we all can develop it. So again, I love what I do. I love working with Chandra. And please, please, if you take anything away from today, be a voice, educate yourself on domestic violence, get out there, empower yourself, empower others. And my title is Unstoppable. And a quote that I absolutely love, because I made it up, is unstoppable is not what you do. It is who you are. Know that you are unstoppable. Know that you are capable in succeeding. Know that you can be exactly whoever it is that you desire to be. God has given you an amazing gift. It was your birthright. He's put it inside of you. Now it's time for you to use your gift to serve others. And let me leave you with this thought. The longer that you play small, the longer someone else will not receive their blessing, because your gift is tied up to someone else's blessing. So y'all have an amazing day.